Hi there, Theresa here from theresamonroe.com, and I'm a messenger of the angels and the ascended masters. I was just looking over because they want to talk about soul contracts, and I have a lot of notes about that. There's a lot of soul contracts that have been completing, and because the earth is no longer a school, and so some are going home to God. I've talked a little bit about this in other videos right now, but this is just the big shift that's happening. Some people wanted to be here until the planetary stronghold was reached. So some doors, all doors on negativity are closing. I kept watching yesterday, doors closing, doors closing, doors closing, doors closing, positive portals of vibration coming through and negativity going through it, being dissolved. Like it's pretty big. So we've reached that higher realm, that golden age, and we're staying at that vibration. And so some who have chosen the low vibration, that was their choice, but that becomes quite physically painful for them because the vibration of the planet is not stopping because of it. We've reached that higher realm. So, one of the things that's come up is closure. What do you do for closure around people that have chosen their roles and their vibrations? Sometimes people of a higher vibration can look back and not in judgment go like, damn, they didn't reach like their highest potential. And so how do you handle that? Because the higher ones, and I've talked about this too, the higher ones are letting the lower ones go. It's why there was the vision of the claws coming out in mid-January. Like, they're not supported on earth anymore for being negative. So there might be sadness in the collective sometimes about this. People have to learn to look at things from a neutral standpoint. It's that 0 point balance, that calm space, that sort of thing. I was reading about today how you can read Psalm 1, and it is a very calming. Any scripture, whether you believe in it or not, it helps that you do, but reading scripture really calms like the emotions and brings you back to a place of peace. So anyway, that's the 0 point. But they're bringing back to the place of closure around like, oh shoot, they're choosing not to go with. So sometimes people can see what the higher potential was for a person or a group of people. So if it's not the ending that they've chosen for those, or certain people have chosen darkness or a lower vibration or a lower opportunity for themselves, people are having to find closure around shit, they didn't do as much. I've watched that in my work, like knowing that people choose and hold space, that people go to the highest vibration that they can, or doing the best that they can, or giving warnings when people screw up. Because my God, when you work with me, like, you go from here to here very quickly and you do it painlessly. Just listen to what I have to say and I'm going to get you there. I know how to get you there. And it's very easy for me to help you do that. But you have to do the work and you have to follow those rules. So sometimes when you see people that chose not to, it's like, no, you're being forced to be away from the people who are. That isolation started in January of 24. No, maybe January, but it feels more like March, big time of 24, where people were warned the most. But some people are having to find closure around, like, people have to deal with their choices, and it's, people, it's only painful if people are, attached to the outcome in any way of like the lower people and them choosing that. There's a lot of light workers that are just sort of like, we drop you because it feels way better over here. But maybe that isn't the ending that we wanted for them, and we wanted something better. But yeah, there's people finding closure in that, and some people are finding sadness. There's other people rejoicing because they don't have to be around that lower vibration of what people chose. It is not our job to cater to that, or to transmute it, or to be around people that don't want to help themselves. I watched a couple people get isolated in December because they weren't practicing the authenticity, and 2020-25 energy wasn't supporting, the authenticity lesson came out in 2013, where people were having to be more authentic about who they were and all of that. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Are you finding closure around people? I've still seen a few people that are just loving the higher vibrations, but also haven't heeded all the warnings, and I'm just sitting back watching just ever since like May of last year going, I'm sending love and I'm sending light and I'm sending that sort of thing if I need to, but mostly focusing on the people that are headed into a higher vibration, because you can't bring the old patterns with you. And I've seen a few that have wanted to do that, and it's not working. And those people have to be honest with themselves, because communities are moving forward. And you can't behave in the old ways or use past lives as an excuse, because we don't have any of that, because it's all about heartfelt destinies now, which you'll hear me talk about in a minute. Anyway, if this is helpful to you, be sure to give it a like and a thumbs up and share with the people that you think might love it. I'm Theresa from theresamonroe.com.